Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Ask Dental Views. I am Dr. Sundar Siftakhar, and with me I have Professor Abdul Samad Khan. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, sir?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Okay, so in the last episode, we talked about copyrights permission. So today we're going to discuss that what is copyrights permission and why is it necessary to take that permission and how do we obtain it?
All right.
So I also have some personal experience regarding that. Do you want me to share it right now or as we move along?
Well, you can share your experience first.
Okay, so what happened with me a few months back was when I submitted my paper, it was a qualitative study. So I submitted my paper to a journal. And in qualitative study, you have a checklist known as COREQ guidelines, COREQ guidelines. So you have to complete the checklist and you have to make sure that every point is addressed in your methodology. So you have to submit that COREQ guidelines to the editor and reviewers as well. So what I did was I submitted it, I uploaded it as a supplementary file. So the editor emailed me back and he said, do you want it to be published or are you just sharing it for the reviewers? Because if you want it to be published as a supplementary file, you need to have copyrights permission for it. So when I searched online, I figured out that you have to pay a certain amount to get the copyrights permission. And it was around, if I remember correctly, somewhere between $300 to $400. So since I did not have any funding for that project, so I just emailed him back saying that, no, this is just for your reference and for the reviewers. And it does not have to be published. So my question is, how do you get that copyrights permission? And for somebody who does not have funding for that project, how do they go about it? So this is my question. You can address it while you're talking about it, or if you want to address it right now, it's up to you.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing your experience. Well, that's the main purpose of today's video, because we came across with some experiences, like, as you mentioned. First, like people, they ask us, like, do we really need copyright permission, right? If we want to reproduce anything in any journal or in any book chapter or in any book, okay? So the straight away answer is yes, right? There are two or three different type of things. First, if you want to exactly reproduce it, you need copyright permission. If you want to adapt it, the purpose, like sometimes people, they ask, oh, we can do some Photoshop in figure, right? Something like this. If you want to add anything, if you want to subtract anything from that particular figure, still you have to get the copyright permission. Very clear in this. Okay. The only option where you don't need copyright permission is if you want to redraw that thing. Then you don't need copyright permission. Okay,
even
then you
if
have
you completely replicate the whole thing yourself.
Completely replicate in your own way or whatever you want. Okay, but if you are taking it from any published work, the rights are either with the publisher or with the author. Okay, it depends. Okay, so that's the main purpose. Now, in this video, we'll share our experience. Like, if you have to get the copyright permission, like how can you get it? Because obviously there are many publishers. Okay, first of all, exactly, I forgot that thing. Before going further, let me clear this thing that we don't have any conflict of interest, okay, and no financial assistance is taken, because in this video we'll actually name a few publishers, okay. Like if they have any quick comments or something like this, so maybe they can ask in the comment box. But there is no conflict of interest, because obviously we have to share some examples. And there are some publishers, so we'll put their names as an example only. Okay, and the main purpose is just to share the knowledge and for the education. Okay, so no financial involvement or and conflict is involved in this thing. So let me clear in this thing. Okay, so now we'll go in that way, like it is clear. So if you are writing a paper, either review paper or original research paper, and you want to put or you want to reuse any figure, any table, any content, so you need copyright permission. If you are writing your dissertation thesis, okay, you need a copyright permission. Okay, if you are writing any book chapter or any other book, or wherever you want to reproduce the thing, any published thing, so you need copyright permission, right? So it's clear.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
whose
now,
responsibility is it? Is it the author's responsibility, or at the end of the day, is it the editor of the journal's responsibility that
no,
everything that is being published?
what is the responsibility?
Author's. Okay.
Suppose if I
What are
want
the repercussions if I don't take copyright permission and I send that material to get published? And if it does get published, what are the repercussions?
well, because the other publisher, like, they can actually take some legal action, right?
Okay.
Because this is what they mention, and I believe all the journals, they have mentioned this thing in their author's guideline. If you remember, like in our previous videos, we mentioned this thing related to manuscript or article, that you must go and read the author's guidelines. Okay,
Yeah.
and in every guideline, they categorically mention this thing that if you want to reuse or reproduce any figure or any table or any content, so you have to take the copyright permission, or it is the responsibility of the author to contact the other publisher or the other author to get the permission and then submit it. Okay. And or before the acceptance, the other publisher or the other editor, they ask this thing. Okay. So now in this video, we'll share our experience, like how to get the copyright permission. Two things. If you are reproducing your own work, like suppose I have my paper, okay, and now I want to publish the previously published figure in my new paper. Still, I need copyright permission. Okay.
From the publisher.
From the publisher, because the rights are with the publisher.
With the publisher.
If the rights are with me, then okay, fine, then it's fine. But if the rights are with publisher, so then we need the copyright permission. Okay. So now I'm going to share the screen, and in between, if you have any questions, so Sundas, you can ask me.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Okay, just one question, one interesting question that comes to my mind. Have you ever paid for obtaining your own material?
No. Okay, I'll share that thing. Like if that's the case, so what should we can do? All right. Okay, so you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. As I already mentioned, we don't have any conflict of interest or nothing is there. So here, I'm just showing my papers. This is from Material Science and Engineering C. Publisher is Elsewhere. So you can see the cursor. So another paper. Okay. In this one, the publisher is Sage. Okay. The journal is International Materials Review. Again, I was one of the co-authors. And then another paper, the publisher is Wiley. Okay, that's again my own paper. Okay, so let's start one by one. If you'll see this journal, like suppose Elsewhere paper published on Science Direct, here, can you see my cursor? Yeah. You can see the option Get Rights and Content. Okay. So you can click on this thing and it will take to this site, right? That's a copyright rights link. Okay. Same thing, if you are going on Sage, here you can see information, rights, and permission. So you have to click on this. It will take to this one. Here there is an option of request permission. Again, it will take to you the same page, copyrights link. Similarly, if the publisher is Wiley, so you can go to Tools, Request Permission, and again it will take you in the same link. So similarly, if your publisher is Springer or any other publisher, Taylor and Francis, so everything is the same thing. You can find copyright permission, get permission, something like this on the first page of this manuscript or article, you can say, or on the link. Okay, let me close down all these links. So you got the idea?
Yeah. So can you just open one link? It says, what does the drop down menu says? I would like to make a.
No. I'm going there one by one. Okay. Second thing, like this journal is on Science Direct. Okay. There are few things or few journals on Elsewhere which are not on Science Direct. So for that thing, Elsewhere has another link which is called permission request. And they say, like, if your content is not posted on Science Direct, then you have to fill this form. Okay, so then there is a separate link for those journals, books, or any electronic media which are not on Science Direct, but elsewhere is the publisher. Okay, suppose so you can click here, and then you can, and they have also mentioned, like if the content is on Science Direct, then you can go to the rights link. Okay, now very quickly we'll go there. So I would like to reuse in a journal magazine. Okay, fine. So it will take to this one. And suppose, okay, in this one, because we belong to an accreditation and from the education institute, so you have to click this one, the last option.
Yes.
Okay, now this is the thing. Well, you should know this thing, that where do you want to publish your article? Like either you want to publish your article with the elsewhere publisher, or suppose with any other publisher. So right now, here in this, we are giving you the example. Let's suppose that you want to publish with the same publisher elsewhere.
Okay, I have a question. What if you want to publish it in a local journal? What publisher do we select over here?
Well, you should know the publisher's name, or yes, there is an option of
other. Okay, we do have other option. Okay, fine.
Okay. Here you can see the option of Wiley, Springer, Sage publisher, or many other, Springer Nature, right? So you can see all Oxford University Press, MDPI. You know, there are huge list
all the well-known ones are over
publisher, right? So right now we are giving you the example, like if you want to publish with the same publisher like elsewhere. Okay. So then the next option is, I would like to use figure table, full article, abstract, video, cover image. Okay, let's say we want to use figures. Okay, how many figures? Okay, let's say I want to use only one figure. My format is, then you should know like the format of journal, either they are only print, only electronic, or both print and electronic. Let's say both print and electronic. I'm the author of this elsewhere. Okay, we'll go one by one with these examples. Yes, I am the author of this article. My currency is US dollar, fine. Quick price, and again, continue.
I will be translating it, you missed.
Okay, oh yes, sorry. No, I will not translate it. Now here, it will take you to this page, sign in. Okay, if you're not a registered member, so you can click on this, need to register, because I'm already registered with this one. So let me just sign it. And making a new account is not a big issue. Just it will take hardly a couple of minutes. Okay. Title of the new article. Okay, let's say dental bio materials is my title. Lead author. Okay. Abdul Samad Khan. Title of the targeted journal. We'll say, okay, the same one, materials. Okay, publisher is elsewhere. Publisher imprints. Well, we don't know, maybe we can put, okay, 500. Expected date. Let's say, I would say December 2024. Okay. Continue. Okay, you can ignore this one. Here, you have to mention, like I previously mentioned, that I will take only one figure. So which figure? I have to mention here figure number 1, figure 2. I say, okay, I want to take figure 2. Right? Continue. All right. Okay, that's my review order. Okay, and here you can see the total cost is 0. There are 2 reasons. One,
because it was your own article and you're using it yourself.
No, the reason is because the publisher is same. Because we took, we are taking from elsewhere journal, and we are
you're publishing it in elsewhere
also from the elsewhere. So that's why the cost is
0.
Okay, so here you have to, I agree, I understand this, and then say accept. Right? order completed, and you'll get an email.
Okay.
Right? So that's the simplest way to get the copyright permission. Okay, now let's go and say if I'm not the publisher, I'm not the author. Okay, again, same, go to reuse in a book. Oh, sorry, reuse in a
journal.
So let's say, okay, let's say, okay, in a book or text, okay, if you want to write a book chapter. Okay, I'm an academic. The indent, the new publisher, okay, let's say
it's BMJ.
BMJ?
Yes.
Okay, BMJ. I would like to use, okay, figure, number of figures, okay, let's say 1. My format is both print and electronic. No. Okay, or should we go yes? Okay,
no, make it no, because I want to see if somebody else is using the material, then what will be?
Okay, no, I don't want to translate it. Continue. Okay, title of new book. Okay, let's say again, dental biomaterials. Lead author is Iftikhar. Okay, publisher imprint, let's say 500.
What does this mean, publisher imprint?
Like how many prints of this one? Like, okay, expected number of pages of book. Okay, let's say 250. Continue. Okay, let's say you want to take figure 1. Just ignore this one because you don't have order reference number. Continue. Okay, now here it is your order detail. And again, it's 0. Got it?
Yes. Why?
Happy?
Yes.
It's very simple. Sometimes people, they don't know this thing, and they are investing their time in through Photoshop or through other means to redraw that image, but still they need copyright permission. So this is the simplest way to get the copyright permission. Got it?
Yes. So what if there are charges that you cannot pay? Is there a way to request them to waive off those charges?
Let's try. Maybe they let me see through this Wiley. Okay. Okay, I want to reuse. Request type is university and academics. Okay. Is the reuse sponsored by associated with pharmaceutical or any product company? Like if you are taking any
funding from
funding, like then you have to mention this thing. Suppose in our case, okay, no. Format is print and electronic. Portion, we'll take figures. So you can see there is a little difference in this one. Number of figures, okay, let's say 2. Will you be translating? No. Okay, one other thing, like if you want to translate it, like suppose if you want to translate from English to any other language, still you have to take the copyright permission. Circulation, okay, let's say 200 to 499. Continue. New work. Title of the article, dental biomaterials. Lead author is figure 1. and then continue. Again, right?
Yes.
But there are different options. Yes, there are options where you can get this thing that maybe you have to pay. Like suppose as you mentioned earlier, like $400 or something like this. Okay. So what's the solution? So should I close this one? Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Stop sharing.
Stop sharing screen.
All right. Okay. So what happened? Like if you get this thing like that, you have to pay. So in that case, what you can do, you can send an email to the publisher. Okay, or to the editor-in-chief of that journal, and you can request that, okay, fine, I'm an like author of this new work, or maybe I'm an academician, or I'm a student, and I want to reproduce this image in my dissertation, in my new article, but I don't have any funding. Okay, and when I applied it through Copyright Sling, and I got a quotation of suppose $400. So is there any way, like if you can waive off this thing? So you can request it. And there are things that where some publishers, they normally waive off such type of things, right? Because you're not, yeah, because you're not taking money for this thing. You're not like from any, suppose industry or pharmaceutical company, or you are not taking any financial benefits. Publishers, they consider this thing.
And also because you belong to a developing country, so they also take into consideration.
Yeah, they can consider.
Because when you're publishing your articles, they do have a list of countries that they would cater to when they're waiving off the publication fee.
Exactly.
So the same will go for the copyrights permission as well, I hope.
Yes. So even if you're from developed country, so you can send an email, because if you don't have any funding, okay, or any grant for publishing the work, okay, so you can request for this thing. Okay. So quickly, like what we showed, that it's very simple way, and hardly maybe in less than 5 minutes.
Yes.
Right. So so that is the purpose, to share this thing, that if you are writing a paper, or if you want to writing your thesis, dissertation, synopsis, whatsoever, okay, and you want to reproduce any table, any figure, any content from previously published work, so you have to take the copyright permission. Okay. And every journal now, they are asking for this thing. Even if you are producing or publishing in your local journal, still save your pack, okay, instead rather to going in any legal issues. Okay. So that is the main purpose, to share this video.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. It was all of this was very new to me. And so I have a request for the viewers. If they have any questions related to this, they can leave it in the comments and give us your feedback and suggest some other topics that we can talk about in our next episodes. So, sir, would you like to add something?
No, thank you very much. And maybe in our next video, we'll discuss about the, I think there are two things. One is about the indexing, like which journals they are indexed with PubMed, Scopus, or Web of Science, and how to select that journal, and how to get confirmation.
What does indexing means? Because our undergraduate students are maybe not aware of all these terminologies. That what does it mean that being indexed in Scopus or being indexed with Web of Science, and why does it matter?
Yeah, this is what we will discuss in our next video, right? Or the other option is like writing of the personal statement. That's also in our pipeline. Okay.
Yes.
And again, use of AI
in writing your personal statements.
Personal statement.
Yes. And even emails as well.
Yes, exactly. Right.
So
that's all from my side.
Okay.
You want to say anything?
So, no. So we'll see you in another episode of Ask Dental Views next time. So until then, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much.